talking to girls is like it's easier to talk to a girl when you have something to talk about because you don't know them at all. It's a stranger. If they have a dog and you have a dog, and it's like you start talking because of your dogs, and then just conversation flows naturally out of that, and it's like you get to know somebody. It's a lot easier. All right, I'm gonna hit. Excuse me, Mama. I'm gonna hit 225 officially on video today because it hasn't even happened yet. A lot of thoughts today. I just got off the phone with you, Nana, and we were just talking about how my sentences are all over the place and how I need to finish a thought before I start the next one. So, real quick, I've just been thinking a lot, like, I need to stop looking for what's looking for me. You know, like, I need to not be looking, but be open to opportunities to come my way. Because who the hell am I to know what's best for me and what's in store for me and what will be best and what my life will look like? Which kind of segues into the other thought I had was, we can't spend our lives preparing because we really don't know what's going to happen. Like, we understand as humans our near future. Like, I have a sense of understanding I'm going to be here tomorrow, and then the next day, and next week, and next month, and next year, and then 5 years, and 10 years. And as you go farther out, it's less and less certain what life will be like and if it will still be there. You don't know if we're going to die. And I was listening to this talk with this billionaire, and he was saying that we can't spend our lives preparing for what's next, because look at the education system. You start preschool, then you go into kindergarten, and then you go into middle school. Middle school is preparing for high school. High school is preparing for college. College is preparing for a job, and then a job is preparing for retirement. And retirement is preparing for death and starting to live your life. And it's like, our entire lives, the system is just prepare. But nobody ever really does. Nobody just starts and just accepts having nothing for the sake of trying to have something. You know what I mean? Like, I have like nothing right now. I am nobody. I'm okay with that. And of course I'm obviously aiming to someday have money and recognition and the feeling of importance, because those are just natural desires, and to be more appealing to people and have a stronger network. Of course I want those things, but at the end of the day, it's just what we got. And if you're unhappy with what you have, like, what do you really have? I was listening to a podcast and they were saying how dopamine is like, it's not the pursuit of happiness, it's the happiness of pursuit. And it's like, he gave an example, which at least I related to, I feel like everybody can relate to. This guy who had businesses and kids and wife and everything, and like, he finally went through a whole lot of taking care of business so he could have a week off. Kids crying at the airport and everything. And the first thought he had when he got into the balcony of his house was, I can't wait to do this next year. Instead of enjoying the end, he got to the place he was working towards, and he's like, I can't wait for next year. So it's like the happiness of pursuit. There's a lot of things I feel like I've just procrastinated to do my whole life. A lot of preparing. I got a job at Ford that was doing something, but like doing something I didn't want to do for the preparation so that I could have the experience and knowledge and resources to be able to do what I wanted to do. But it's like, there's two types of men. There's one who, let me give you a story Ethan gave me. Two men graduated high school, and one of them was like, you know what, I saved some money from high school. I'm gonna buy myself a fishing boat, and because that's what I love to do, and I'm just gonna go fishing every day. And then the other one's like, well, I'm gonna go to school to be financial advisor. 20 years later they meet, and the financial advisor is like, hey man, it's good to see you, what you doing nowadays? He's like, hey, I'm still on my boat, you know, I got my family, we travel around the world and catch fish, we're having a great time. Financial advisor is like, oh man, that's great, I just paid off my college debt and I'm finally starting to save money. 20 years later they meet again. The fisherman's like, hey man, it's so good to see you. What are you up to? Oh man, it's great. I just retired from my financial job. I saved up some money. I think I'm gonna buy a boat and travel the world and catch fish. It's like, man, I've been doing that my whole life. We got it kind of wrong, bro. So that's what I think about preparation. Obviously, you need to prepare a little bit, but besides that, it's like some things you can't plan. Just go with the flow. Last thing, it seems like I have a lot to say, but I've actually, for the past 2 or even like 3-4 days, I haven't really filmed any videos, and like it's because I had a lack of thought. And this morning I had an epiphany talking with Frank, and it was like my lack of conversation with people. I was isolating myself for a little bit, led me to have little thought. So it was like conversation brought thought out of me and brought things out of myself that I didn't know were there. Simple conversation. Also in conversation with Frank, I discovered I needed a rest day. So yesterday I had a rest day because I've been in a bad mood, kind of almost a bipolar mood for like since I got let go from Ford. And I feel very refreshed now. I also feel very tired. But I talked with Frank and he was saying, dude, you haven't really had a day off in like 5 to 8 months. Like even when I had a day off, I was doing catch-up work because I was too busy. And it was like, I was just burning out. And it was like, I needed to go live a little bit of life. I went to the beach by myself. Raven met me there. We ran around with Butters, her dog, little corgi. I think I wrote it somewhere. But I mean, like, say you have a dog, it's a lot easier for people to talk to you. Like, dogs literally create social interactions because, like, people who also have dogs or even don't have dogs come up to you and like, hey, what's the name of your dog? People don't just come up to you when you don't have a dog, you know what I mean? So it's like if you feel like you want a conversation, it's a lot easier if you have, say, a dog as an obvious example, or say, like, I had these funky glasses at the gym last night, and it was like a lot more people than normal were just crowding around me and my friends. And it was like just like people we knew. It wasn't just random people, but it was like it just brought a group of people together because like we were looking goofy and looked like we were having a fun time. We were having a fun time, and it brought people in who wanted to have a fun time while we're all working out and working hard. And it's like the goofy glasses, I swear that was what brought it. And it was like, because that normally doesn't happen. When people kind of say, hey, what's up? But I don't know. It's easier for people to approach you and talk to you if you have character. And I thought of that at the beach because I was like, talking to girls. It's like, it's easier to talk to a girl when you have something to talk about because you don't know them at all. It's a stranger. If they have a dog and you have a dog, and it's like you start talking because of your dogs, and then just conversation flows naturally out of that. And it's like you get to know somebody. It's a lot easier. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm going to hit 225. But before that, oh yeah, chasing dreams and getting a job to support it until it takes off. And that made me realize I do very little to perfect my craft. Like, I don't do anything in comedy. I don't go to the comedy club and try. I don't do anything really in music. I play a little bit of piano and that's it. But like, I don't have any training. And like with Gordon and Ethan, they both do fire spinning, and we're going to the world championship this May. And I'm gonna like make like a 4-hour, 3-hour documentary of it, basically, or just like vlog. And it's trying to realize like they practice like an hour a day. I don't practice an hour a day of anything really. So I think I'm gonna start doing like an hour or two of an audiobook every single day until my bookshelf is empty, and then like start reading about music and all that. Anyway, 225, baby. I tried to go for 2 because I stopped like an inch too early off my chest, but whatever. You get the point. All right. Woo! That works. I think the biggest thing I've been really feeling lately is FOMO. You know, the fear of missing out, and like a sense of not only friends. I was talking with Raven about that while we were at In-N-Out yesterday. It was like during high school, I never really socially interacted with people. Like I had my group and I'm happy with that. But it was like, I see all these people, like when I was at the beach yesterday, all these people who were like, oh my God, I haven't seen you since high school. And I'm like, damn, like I don't really have that. But then again, like at the gym, I saw 2 dudes, that I went to high school with. And I was actually doing incline bench because they struggled to do like 2 or 3 because they barely work out in their college and they just party, which I'm not too crazy about. And I busted out like 15 reps a 135 up incline. And they're like, holy shit. And I'm like, thanks, dude. FOMO. I've really been fearing that, but like, I don't want to look back at my life and be like, I could have done this, but I confronted this fear a couple episodes ago. I was like, as long as you follow your intuition and you do what you believe is right at that moment, there's nothing to really regret. But I'm like, I feel like I could think it out better. I think I just need to do the work. I mean, yeah, I'm 19, but it's like, I don't know if comedy will be my thing. I don't know if music will be my thing. I don't know if acting will be my thing. I don't know if entrepreneurship will be my thing. It just seems like it will, even though it's not really what I want. But it seems like I'm really good at that for some reason, which pisses me off. But like, I don't know which one's right. So I think I just need to try all of them and get it done with as soon as possible so that I can see which one I should really focus on to perfect the craft. But as of right now, the one I crave the most is music, but I have no skill for it, which makes me terribly sad. And out of all the things I just said, I'm not really doing anything other than that. Especially entrepreneurship, because right now I have this business idea. Just thinking about it today and yesterday because I was inspired of it yesterday. But a like subscription style business where I was like, how can I convince people to pay me a subscription? What value can I provide to them for, like, I was thinking $2 a month, people can't really say no to, but then if you pay $2, it's like, they don't really sense natural value. I was like, okay, how about $9? I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. It's like $9, but then I was like, $50 kind of makes more sense because it's like, if you're actually paying for $50, you're actually going to put more work towards it. Like kids who pay for their own college, like put way more work towards their college because they actually understand how they earned it. Whereas if things are paid for you, you don't really care. So if it's cheap, it's like, eh. But anyways, something like that. I want to build like a community of some kind. I'm like, what kind of value? Like, what do I know? I know business. No, I don't know business. I know money. I know fitness. And I know self-growth and self-betterment and writing a little bit. So I'm like, how can I combine that into something and have a subscription? I'm like, think about how easy it would be to get 1,000 people to subscribe to your thing and say, let's say it's $2, $2,000 a month, and then you can have upselling things where it's like $100 for a 1 hour conference call or something, or like a personal FaceTime or something like that, and then like $1,000 for some package, and there's only 10 seats for it. You can do plenty of upselling, but if you did 1,000 people and it was $50 a month, that's $50,000 a month. So it's like, dude, why not just focus on that and spend 5-10 years figuring out to build the best possible product / service / community so that people will pay that? Because 1,000 people is not that many people. And if you do 10,000 people, which just seems kind of like a lot, but it's really not at all, like paying, say the lifetime value of each customer was 6 months, that's $300 per customer lifetime value. If you have 300 times 10,000, that's $3 million business right there in 6 months. That's $6 million in revenue a year. And if you make it once, and if you like make a product once, it's online, you could sell it infinitely. So basically the market's all profit, besides like service and customer service and time a little bit, IT, whatever. Anyway, just thinking about that, and I'm like, my grandma is like, you should really be a plumber because it's the safe option, because there's something to fall back upon. I'm like, that's what car sales was for, Grandma. Like, I really appreciate you, but like, I was not talking that disrespectful. I was like, yeah, I'm going to think about it. And I actually am a little bit thinking about it because it's like 6 months of school for getting paid pretty well. It's like I said, get a job to fund what you love until it takes off. But I'd rather develop my skills for something that will pretty easily take off. Not easily, but like in theory. And it's like the more time I spend doing something else, the longer I will postpone it. Kind of like how you have your soulmate. The more people you date between them and before them, the less time you have with them. Oh, I'm gonna keep the workout short today because I'm going to the gym later tonight. And I'm gonna do chest and triceps. Whew. As for Grandma, she just doesn't understand my vision yet, Kind of like Nana. You were saying like, you don't really understand the things we're saying about because like, different generation. I'm like, yeah, probably. It's like when I was a kid, like a little kid, like It was like the thing that like grandparents didn't know how to work phones or TV remotes, and now they know how to post TikToks, but they just don't understand yet. So, anyways, at the beach I realized you need to water your plants or you'll have an empty garden, a dead garden. And I realized that with friendship. I was like, I haven't really been reaching out to any of my friends from high school. So easy, but so difficult at the same time. Because life just moves on, you move on. It's kind of sad. But anyway, luckily for me, a lot of the friendships I built are still like tight when you see them. It's like not a day has passed, so it's really good. And today, I thought of that business model, really started thinking about it, brainstorming, right here actually. Right there is all the brainstorming. But I was at the wood store with Dad. I thought, man, I really regret the projects that I didn't do. Like the things that I wondered what if. Because I was at the wood store and I was like, man, for like $100 of wood, I could have built a skate ramp 5 years ago. I always wanted to build one, but I never did. I just was like waiting for someone else to take initiative. So I really regret that. And yeah, I regret that because I was just lazy. Also, I didn't want to spend $100, but whatever. One more thing really quick. I have a new high earning potential in my brain. Like before I started at Ford, I thought like $10,000 a month was insane. I thought that was insane money. Now, $100,000 a month sounds like $5,000. Nah, it sounds like the new $10,000 a month. I'm like, even though I'm still only making like $3,000 to $5,000 a month, it's like, I feel like, yeah, that's not that far away. I feel like $1 million a month is the one that I still don't comprehend yet. But that's something that'll come with time. I really just want to retire my mom and give my dad the freedom to do what he loves for a living. Help him start a business of some kind or something. Because his industry is getting absolutely destroyed in the economy right now. Architecture is slowing up. Last thought. Nana, I was talking to you on the phone again on the way here, and it was about being vulnerable and being honest. And it's like, it's a harder life. It makes things harder because you lose more people. You just have less opportunity because it's like you kind of have to be crooked almost to really kind of you have to be fake to make those connections to get you to the next place. You know, like a example that'll never apply to me, kissing ass, sorry Nana, to get the next raise from your boss or whatever. If you're really honest, like you get screwed. That's the harder life. That's why I really like this, is being honest and vulnerable. I don't know who's watching, but personally I love it. I love doing this. But I'm really trying to grow from this and be more vulnerable. And I'm actually learning a lot about myself, even already, just in the last couple of videos. Like, man, my sentences are really choppy. So I was really starting today to really focus on it and not cut myself off mid-sentence and start another sentence. So, all right, last set. And I've said everything I wanted to for today. Final thoughts, 3 of them. Numero uno, I'm gonna go help Ethan, actually probably just watch him slaughter a goat with his friend from St. Augustine's who looks like Liver King and he's jacked and runs marathons. I'm like, that's the body I want, bro. Ability and beauty. Numero dos. I forgot what it was, to be honest. Number 3. Nana, I can't wait to come visit you up in Arizona sometime soon. I need to force myself to like make it happen. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like I have to get some things settled first, like selling some cars and getting some more cash real quick. Oh, third thought, I really struggle writing songs. I have no problem writing lyrics, but writing a full, complete song to a beat is so difficult for me, especially, I just realized why when I have an ulterior motive for what it should be. I was just reading in The Creative Act that you can't go fishing and say I'm going to catch 3 fish. You just go fishing. You can't predict what you're going to get. You can't plan. I just solved myself my own problem. Have a great day, whoever's watching still. And Anna, I love you. Future Enzo, what's good, my boy? Thank you for sticking with it. And honestly, thank me right now. I know future me would be like, bro, thank that little idiot. Oh, I got to check the pump. It's tiny right now, but I'm actually going to work out later tonight with this foreign exchange kid named Zishan. Kid's got amazing energy. I love that kid. Also, he's huge. Like, sometimes I look big, but he's huge. Oh, damn. There's a frog outside. Damn. Anyway, peace out, y'all. I don't really care anymore what people think. I'm getting there. I'm getting to the point where I don't care what people think. And like working at Dargan's, I realized I had this huge anxiety of talking to strangers. I'm gonna overcome it pretty soon, in the next like month or so, because I've only like shifts on the weekend, but it's enough to pay for my living, so that's cool. Oh, I'm just so excited for life. It was so nice to take a day off yesterday. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I need to work on my conversation skills.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the update. I'm gonna update for the projects we have right now. So there is the chassis for the Beetlebug we were working on. Right now we have phosphoric acid. We're gonna take off all this tar and rust, and then we are gonna order some pans because we sawed those off. We're gonna order some new floor pans, and then new tires and new engine chrome parts. Let's see what else. Down here we have the wood for building a fence. They just took out the metal fence behind that. And we have that fence right there. Ethan, like, I think I put this in another video. That's the base for Ethan's Airbnb he's gonna build. We tore all the weeds out of there, and we basically flattened it out. The driveway is gonna come up right here to the front of the Airbnb, and then there's gonna be a patio right there next to that tree. So that's the Airbnb update. What else? Ethan finished his truck over there, the blue one. Let's see. Ethan finished the blue truck, and then also here's my car. But Ethan finished his blue truck and he put it up for sale. The green one next to it, he's gonna buy a police Interceptor from like 2005 with like 100,000 miles on it, because it's the same chassis as that truck, and he's gonna take the entire shell off the Interceptor and put the truck on the chassis from that and be able to go like 120 miles an hour. So it's gonna be sick. And it's gonna be worth like 40 grand, 30 to 40 grand, he said. So that's the updates. Peace out.